Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the residential commencement of the Washington Youth Academy Class 2021-2. This marks our 25th ceremony after a dozen years of reclaiming the potential of these courageous young men and women. My name is Colonel Retired Dennis Kerwood, United States Army Deputy Director of the Washington Youth Academy, and I'm honored to be your host this morning. Please stand as you are willing and able for the presentation of the cadets, the posting of the colors, the national anthem, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the invocation. I invite you to refer to your program for the names of our Cadet Color Guard and Choir. Cadet Dutter will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and invocation.
My name is Cadet Dutter. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Present arms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order, arms. I invite you to join me in the invocation as your respective faith allows. Father God, we ask for your almighty hand to be upon all those who graduate today. Bless their lives from this day on with goodness and love. May we hold this memory in our heart as we continue our adventure. Father, may we live a life that reveals your hope and be guided in everything we do by your everlasting truth. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Cadets, take seats. Once again, welcome, good morning, Major General Doherty, Director Alvarado, Mayor Wheeler, Director Steinhilber, Principal Brownell, distinguished guests, family, mentors, friends of the Washington Youth Academy, and most importantly, cadets. Thank you for joining us in this celebration of Class 2021-2's transition from the residential phase to the post-residential phase. I want to take just a moment to reflect on what's before you on this stage. Over the last few years, I've learned that I revel at our cadets. Each one of them, at a very young age, looked around, took stock of themselves, and said, I'm going to be better. And then, and this is the important part, took action on that notion. I marvel at the strength of character that decision makes and that demonstrates. And for that, each and every one of you have earned my utmost respect. And I don't have the words to express how proud I am of you. But it's an honor to know you. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy this celebration. It's now my honor to introduce the Director of the Washington Youth Academy, Amy Steinhilber.
As the Adjutant General, our next speaker commands all Washington Army and Air National Guard forces and is the director of the state's emergency management and enhanced 911 programs. Most significantly to our celebration today, he is the commanding officer under the governor for the Washington Youth Challenge Academy. Here to introduce our keynote speaker is Major General Brett Doherty.
Well, thank you, Amy, for that great introduction. I have to tell you, it's pretty nice to be here with you in person. It's pretty nice to be anywhere in person these days. I'm glad that we could all gather here today to celebrate what is really an important achievement by these magnificent young people. Let's give these cadets a huge round of applause, if you don't mind. Yeah, we can't tell you just how proud we are, but we are certainly proud of you and look forward to seeing you do great things in the future. So as Amy mentioned, I'm the commander of the Washington National Guard and the director of our state's military department. And we have an awful lot going on within our agency, certainly over these last couple of years. But nothing that we do is as life-changing as this Washington Youth Academy. I'm proud to be part of this program, and even more proud of the cadets that are going to be walking across this stage, getting their diplomas here in just a few minutes. Today is a day with mixed emotions. You should be thrilled with your success, cadets, and excited to see what the future holds and brings to you. But leaving a routine is hard, and saying goodbye to friends and mentors can be sad and a difficult experience. When you're in the military, you get used to saying goodbye a lot, and it's never easy. I've watched my soldiers say tearful goodbyes to their pregnant wives, young children. I've watched men and women hug their parents tight while saying goodbye before a long deployment overseas. And once they return home, these same soldiers encounter difficult goodbyes to the men and women that they just served with, people with whom they've developed very deep bonds. Finding the good in those types of goodbyes, those emotional goodbyes, can be challenging. But there's good in everything. You just have to look for it and find it. Know that while you say goodbye today, you're leaving with new skills and abilities to say goodbye to those things that got you here in the first place. The ability to say goodbye to habits that may have been unhealthy and unhelpful. The ability to leave behind those individuals that haven't supported you or led you in a questionable or even wrong direction. The skills to reject the negative temptations that come before all of us as human beings. That's the good in today's goodbye. You're not just saying goodbye to those you shared this remarkable experience with. You're leaving behind your former way of doing things and saying hello to a healthy, productive, positive, and successful future. To our cadets, my heartfelt congratulations. Be very, very proud of your accomplishments. We are certainly very proud of you. Take the lessons that you have learned to better yourself, your families, and your communities. Savor your memories of the Washington Youth Academy, especially as we celebrate this amazing moment today. Now I'd like to introduce our next speaker, who is one of our strongest supporters here at the Washington Youth Academy. I've known Alfie Alvarado Ramos for years, and I'm honored to have her as a colleague on the cabinet and also as a friend. She had a long career in the military, and after she retired as a sergeant major from the United States Army, she became the director of our State Department of Veterans Affairs. She's an exceptional and inspiring leader whose words you should all pay close attention to. I know I do. Please help me welcome Alfie to the podium. Thanks, Alfie.
Thank you.
That's kind of a little high for me, isn't it? Good morning. We're kind of anemic this morning, aren't we? Good morning, everybody. Academy cadre, General Dougherty, Director Steinhammer, graduates, family, friends, fellow veterans. First, let me tell you how incredibly honored I feel to have been invited to speak with you today. And I kind of, I should probably just turn around and not face you, but face you, because my message is primarily for you today. So you're going to see my back, but maybe I should have put some eyes in the back so that you can actually see, something as I'm speaking in here. This is my first in-person address to a group in almost 400 days. So I'm a little bit out of practice when it comes to speaking to a crowd. I've been doing a lot of speeches on virtual, but this is my very first in-person, and I can't think of a better occasion than this commencement exercise today. In preparing for this conversation today, I asked Director Steinhilber about the graduation theme because it is important to have consistency in message. And I cannot think of a more appropriate message than the good in goodbye. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me and how I got where I am, because my story is like many of yours. I can guarantee you that. The difference is that mine is pretty much written because I'm 69 years old and you're barely starting, so you have incredible opportunities and possibilities to write your own story. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. What? Los que hablan español aquí, buenos días. I was a handful to my parents. I was a really difficult kid. I would not want to have a kid like me when I was growing up. I thought my parents were ignorant, intolerant, unsupportive, controlling, and I did everything I could to let them know. That must have been really frustrating for them. At the same time, I tried to distance myself from them and do my own thing. In reality, and something I did not see until much later, there were people of faith who worked hard to provide for all of us. They were respected members of the community for their service to others. And in a way, that service took, I think after I thought about it, took away from us being together as a family because they were out there doing so much for other people. And I'll talk about that in just a little bit. One source of inspiration for me was my father's military service during the Korean War and his love for his time in service and his uniform. So he was a simple man, but that part of his life was his highlight, and I wanted to follow that. So my plan following high school was to go to nursing school and join the Army as an officer after 4 years of college. Luck was not on my side, as that year the federal financial aid did not come to Puerto Rico, and I did not have the money to go to school. And that was a huge blow and disappointment. I could have done all kinds of things, go to work at the desk, cosmetics desk at Sears or something like that. But I decided that if I wanted to join the military, I would do it as an enlisted person. So immediately after high school, I joined the Army. I volunteered to go to war as a combat medic because that was my training. Unfortunately, back in the 70s, women were not allowed to be in combat in the field. So I started working at a hospital in Fort Belvoir, Virginia. Well, I learned several big lessons as I started my career in the military and working as a medic in this hospital. First, I found out that I hated working in hospitals, which means if I had gone 4 years to nursing school, I would have graduated and started working in something that I thought I wanted, but I would have really sucked at it. So big lesson. So I became a dental hygienist. I was able to change my field, which I practiced until I got promoted to leadership positions. Yes, working in mouth. But I loved it. I taught my profession, and eventually I managed all dental programs in the Army at the Academy of Health Sciences. Ultimately, I ended my career as the Command Sergeant Major of Madigan Army Medical Center and Troop Brigade. As you heard in my introduction, this led me to work after my retirement with your Washington Department of Veterans Affairs as the director ultimately, and my boss is the governor. Not bad for a little rebel who could have made some really bad decisions after one big disappointment. My second lesson was being away from my family gave me perspective and appreciation for the many things I did not understand about my parents while growing up. Our parents do the best they can in raising us based on their life experiences and their upbringings, which sometimes are quite challenging. Now I'm speaking to the parents too. You're doing the best you can with your kids, and always do the best you can because they deserve it. I did not know any better than to look at my parents as controlling and overbearing and how that impacted me, the selfish me then. What I did not see was the impact of my behavior on them and on my siblings, especially as I was the oldest of 5. To this day, I think both parents Both of my parents should be canonized. Do you know what that means? That is when somebody, a common person, is made a saint. They did the best they could with their limited tools that were given by their parents. Being away from home and the opportunity to self-reflect helped me understand them, forgive them for the things that they had no control over, and take responsibility and ask for forgiveness myself for my immaturity. Our world today and all our issues, good or bad, are amplified by anonymity, the ready access to social media, and this growing and disturbing disregard for the humanity in us. That can make interactions challenging and at times quite overwhelming. So it takes courage to ask for help, and you did. It takes courage to accept that help, especially if you felt that you were at the end of the rope. But you stuck with it, succeeded, and here you are today. I hope that your time in this program has brought you perspective. 6 months is a short time, but in Youth Academy years, it's like dog years. It's 2 years, isn't it? It's a long, long time. I also hope that you realize that you have individual and collective power that has been realized, that you have this power to learn and grow, to understand that you are precious. You are precious. You bring value, and you have such an amazing future in front of you. You are in charge of your future, and you are not alone. You will have mentors post-academy and fellow classmates who will be there for you to forge lifelong friendships and relationships. Stay in touch. Do not lose touch with people, because 20 years from now, some of you are going to be in positions where you're going to be able to help a lot of people and provide great service. Let me give you an example. I was recently at a congressional panel looking at candidates for our academies, military academies, West Point, Annapolis, Kingsport, and Colorado Springs, Army, Navy, Air Force, and Merchant Marine. It was amazing to be able to see in the resume of one of the applicants, Youth Academy. To West Point. I cannot tell you what the results were of the deliberation, but I was doggone proud of the fact that a graduate from this academy may be going to West Point in a year or two. May be going to West Point in a year or two, because I can divulge results. So you have an opportunity, by keeping up with those grades and doing the best you can in your academics, of being able to enter one of these prestigious organizations as one of your peers or fellow former peers has done. All of us are here for you because we want you to succeed, and that is the good and goodbye. Use this experience as a platform and guide to the many decisions and conditions you will create to advance your schooling and career choices. I speak with a lot of veterans groups, families, friends, and allies, but today is doubly important for me because I am going to make the pitch for military service. I know this is not a military academy. It's military-like, uniforms and all that. But I will tell you that in speaking with this group, I know that some of you are going to choose the military as a career. I can tell you how important it is to have serving our country people who understand the value of teamwork, overcoming adversity, practicing discipline, respecting diversity, who are loyal, and have pride in a job well done. These are many of the qualities exemplified in the Youth Academy and by you. I read many graduate stories as they said this was their last resort at making something out of themselves because of bad decisions or poor grades, lack of direction. There were many choices they could have done or made, many choices you could have made, and go further into the sinkhole. But you had the maturity and presence of mind to make a great decision. You chose well. And here you are, graduating. As I close, I want to share with you what drives me when it comes to doing the best I can to be able to do for others and be able to serve veterans and their families. Volunteer when you can. I think you probably were told at some point in time, don't volunteer. Well, I'm going to tell you, service to others brings great return, great wealth, great satisfaction, great reputation, great joy, and ultimately, respect from others when you perform your deeds when nobody's watching. Because the fact is that people do notice, but you have to do it selflessly to be able to contribute to others. I volunteer for everything nobody wanted. KP, recruiting duty, guard duty, soldier of the month. Believe it or not, people don't want to do that because it requires a lot of studying. In turn, my chain of command noticed me and rewarded me with the opportunities that everybody wanted. Volunteer, serve others, because that's really important. I feel that I received in this lifetime much more than what I gave. To this day, it is hard for me to say no, and often find myself in pretty big pickles because of competing things, because it's important for me to say yes. And that is something that I have on my desk that says, first, say yes, to be able to make sure that we can open ourselves to be able to serve. And finally, choose excitement over fear, because you attract what you project. You project excitement, you get it back. You project fear, trepidation, doubt, you're gonna get that back. Choose excitement over fear, because you attract what you project. I was a basic recruit in the military that was a little over 1% female in 1971. It's a long time ago. I spoke little English, had a huge accent, which I still have, and I'm very proud of it, because accents are sexy. And at 5'1", everybody looked at the top of my head and kind of went like, little person, little brain. I proved them wrong. My excitement in my early life in the face of what could have been significant lows helped me grow, learn, and view every challenge that came my way with anticipation and resolve, not fear. And what a difference it made in my life. Today we call it bring it. You know, you're afraid of heights, bring it. You're afraid of school, bring it. You know, you're afraid of that person that has been harassing you or has been a bad influence in your life, bring it. It is so important to be able to face things without fear. As you continue your journey, remember the structure, self-discipline, and lessons learned. Keep the voices of those you respected in an accessible place here and here. You have a set of values that nobody can take it away unless you let them. I wish you excitement and success in all your future endeavors and a wonderful holiday season with your parents. Washington Department of Veterans Affairs, serving those who serve. Hua.
Thank you for your inspiration, Director Alvarado. We've developed a tradition of inviting alumni graduates to speak, and it is my honor to introduce today's alumni speaker, not just because we're proud of her, but also because we're blessed to have her on our team. Catalina Luca completed the residential portion of the Washington Youth Academy in 2013, and is currently a cadre team member for 1st Platoon Wolfpack. She's a veteran of the Navy, has a passion for individual development, and is a lifelong learner. Please join me in welcoming Staff Sergeant Catalina Luca.
Good morning. Thank you for being here today to join us for commencement ceremony, for making the drive, whether it be short or long. I'm honored to be chosen to speak today. A little about myself. My name is Sergeant Luca. I am 25 years old. I grew up in Tri-Cities, Washington with 5 siblings. This was my first cycle at the academy, and I was part of 1st Platoon Wolfpack. I was a cadet here myself almost 9 years ago. I've been wanting to work here since my first years in the Navy. Master Sergeant Burt was my Master Sergeant when I was here in 13-1. And now I work with him. It puts a smile on my face to say that the student has become the teacher. I am still learning and don't ever want to stop learning. I'm applied for this job 3 times before I got it. I remember saying in my interview, I want to work here because I want to help kids realize that the families and circumstances that they were born into don't have to be that way forever, like someone once taught me. I look forward to one of you speaking at commencement in 10 years from now. It has been hard times due to so much uncertainty these last 2 years. Regardless, we are evolving and trying to move forward in the best way that we know how. The world has forever changed. I am blessed to have joined the team with cadets present at the academy. I know how impactful living here can be. Living in the environment can give you discipline that one desperately needs and provide a safe place to fail. While trying to be better, it makes you, I'm having a hard time understanding what I wrote. Might be around otherwise. It's hard to learn to be around people that you might not have been around otherwise. That on its own can be a huge help for developing emotional intelligence. Working here has been amazing because I get to see the other side of the academy. Having 1 full cycle under my belt, I can confidently say that the cadets teach us as much as we teach them. They've taught me how diverse my approach needs to be from person to person. I'm sure it will help me even be a better parent one day. I absolutely love my job, and I can't think of any other job that has such a dynamic like this one where we can get to know youth in such a deep way. It is extremely rewarding to see the growth from beginning to end. I can't wait to hear all about your endeavors and to help if needed, whether that be through networking, guiding, or helping you go through a rough time. I really do hope that you cadets reach out and don't feel shame or fear of what we might think. This is a time where you figure out who you want to be as a person. I encourage you cadets to go out there and explore, try, fail, reflect, and evolve. I know I learned from Sergeant Cuevas just as much as you guys did. Drive fast but safe, take chances. And as he said, dare greatly, be vulnerable, learn, conquer, and most important, be present in the now. I think of the WIA as a first snowflake because it is just one piece of the bigger compound of symbolism that is life. Thank you for trusting us with your children. Cadets, thank you for trusting us to teach you and to guide you. I've heard many cadets throughout the cycle say, Sergeant, they just don't get it. However, I trust that they will eventually. And I know that graduation is not the finish line, but the start line. Congratulations, class of 21-2. You did it.
Thank you, Sergeant Luca. Now it's time to hear from our cadets. Our first cadet speaker went from wanting to quit early in the cycle to developing into what his lieutenant described as one of our best cadets. Cadet Sergeant Alexander M. Scott, representing 1st Platoon Wolfpack and hailing from Tacoma.
Good afternoon. Today is a day we celebrate what 105 cadets made over the last 5.5 months. But with accomplishment comes struggle and failure. And while we should look at people's accomplishments, looking at the failures and the troubled past to that victory helps us lead others to that same victory and future achievements. The first week of the program, I ran 3 times. And I wasn't willing to accept what I did to get here was wrong and that I really needed this program. Leaving everything you know to enter an environment you already know will challenge you is a difficult decision to make, but it's a necessary one to make. And it's thanks to the helpful cadre who were there for me every step of my journey. They were the ones to push me the hardest, to pick me up when I fell, and encourage me to fight harder than I'd ever fought before. And now that it's all said and done, I can say that I wouldn't have made the past the first week without them, even when they were the ones I was running from. Around week 5, my platoon was engaging in a team-building exercise where we lunged from one side of the drill pad to the other, while linking arms with the members of our squad. My squad had just reached the end of the drill pad and started to turn around, and I was so tired that I felt like I couldn't go any further. I had walked away from the team, and I sat out by the side to watch them continue. And as it continued, I found another sergeant, and I told her that I just couldn't take the stress that the academy was putting on me. And she told me that life is full of stresses, and some we can predict, and some that we don't ever think will happen to us. But if we practice that here, and the stress that is put on you at the academy, then you can handle it and get past it when you're at home. And I really didn't understand fully why I had to be put under what I thought at the time was so much stress. But seeing it now, I know I can get through anything. The point to it is getting used to the pain and stress that appears in the present helps you get past the future stress and pain. Then we went to TBEX, which is our team building exercise. And I realized that all that pressure I had gone through was culminating into this one event where we could show off how much our team and the people in that team had grown. And all day long, my class made every minute count. We were loud when we needed to be, quiet when needed, and fast and slow when we wanted to be. And it came so close in that race, but in the final event, which was based around solving a series of riddles, my team was the first one to finish. And because we worked together for the common goal of victory, pushed out all the drama and petty arguments we would have to the side, we won that race. And at the academy, the one thing I can say was the most important is focusing on your job and letting others do theirs. In the end, I've had plenty of experiences to talk about here. Some happy and I remember favorably, others not so much. But regardless of that, I can say the academy has changed my life for the better. And that any challenge I face, I can overcome. I only have to want it enough and be willing to work as hard as I need to. At the end of the day, when I'm home, I'll know I'll miss the Washington Youth Academy and all the brothers that I made. Thank you.
Our next cadet speaker is developed into an outstanding cadence caller. Cadet Caleb Lampkin, representing 2nd Platoon Spartans and hailing from Bellingham.
That's way harder than it looks. All right. Good morning, WYA family. Thank you all for coming to show your support yet again. I'm Cadet Lampkin, and after a long 5.5 months, we are finally here, although it feels like we've been waiting for this day for years. The fact that the guys counted every single day didn't really help much either. I remember the first day like it was yesterday. The first chow was dead silent, which is ironic because we ended up being the loudest platoon. I recall sitting across from my brother Wilkerson and just seeing these silent tears running down his face as he's stuffing his face with whatever he had to eat. As I looked around, I saw the same look on him, same exact look on almost everyone's face. All I could think about is how the food I was putting in my mouth just didn't really compare to my mom's cooking. After constantly speaking to my brothers about acclimation, a lot of us spent the first few nights thinking about going home and what we were missing out on. You could hear some of us sniffling as we were thinking about our families and friends while we were trying to sleep. And all I could tell myself was only 5 months, only 5 months, only 5 months. During acclimation, I noticed that not only myself, but many of my brothers were constantly trying to look for the easy way around. Almost as if you were playing a video game and you've been stuck on the same level for a little while now, and instead of taking the time to focus and do your best to beat it, you end up just looking up a video on how to do it the easy way, or you just straight up quit. We were always begging the cadre for the answer on when we'd be doing that, or when this would get easier, and the honest truth is, there is no answer or cheat code. The only option they give you is to do your best and focus on completing the level, which is why we are here today. But then again, this is only one level. I spent the first week trying to set the cadre apart, and I definitely got Staff Sergeant Barker, Staff Sergeant Tyrell, Staff Sergeant Oweda, and Master Sergeant Robak down pretty quick. Sergeant Barker is a very 50-50 kind of guy. He was always down to make the day an awesome day, but he was also willing to make it a horrible one, all depending on if we met him halfway or not. He's very relatable because he went through the same exact thing, the same exact program. Sergeant Tyrell is a pretty intimidating guy. Although he isn't very tall at all, he has this ability to make you shrink, which is a God-given gift. He didn't say much, but when he did, everyone shut their mouths as he spoke the truth and nothing but the truth. Sergeant Oweda is by far the most nonchalant cadre of all. He's hilarious and the mood setter. Whenever Sergeant O came on shift, the day was better, regardless of if we were getting smoked in the rain or not. And Master Sergeant Robak. Not to make our moms jealous or anything, but Master Sergeant Robak, aka Mama Robak, was like a mom away from mom. You could tell she really cares about us, and even past cadets. She remembers everyone. I'm not joking, everyone. She could be very stern and strict when she needed to be, but kind and approachable at the same time. Plus, she was the only person that made sure our laundry actually smelled good, on top of being clean. One thing I know I'm going to miss about this place is the staff. I'm going to miss my cadre. I'm going to miss my teachers. I'm definitely going to miss the kitchen staff for sure. They really deserve a huge thank you for the amount of lessons they've taught us and the amount of wisdom they shared with us. Especially the 2nd Platoon cadre. They were the best, hands down. No questions asked, I'm sorry. Although we are Spartans and have graduated together as brothers, we also went through the same challenges as each other. We had each other's backs, and we also got on each other's backs when we needed to. It's crazy to think that 5 months ago, we didn't know each other at all. And by the 3rd day in, we were practically already sweating on each other. We got smoked together, we got yelled at together, we laughed a whole lot together, and we learned some amazing lessons together. We started together and finished together. Families, we are still bound to make mistakes in the future, some real big and some really, really small, but we will be well equipped with the tools, weapons, and 32 strong, awesome brothers that will make sure that we persevere and bounce back due to the life lessons we've learned and challenges we've faced, not only by ourselves, but together within the past 5 months. Everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants to muster up the courage to get up every morning and consistently do what's best for them every single day, like we've done for the past 5 months. But not everyone has the discipline, commitment, or want that we have shown, and we should be genuinely proud of ourselves because of that. If you came up to me during my freshman year of high school and told me that I would not only be going through this, but actually completing it, I wouldn't have believed you. I honestly didn't even think I'd be ever wearing a cap and gown. I hope my brothers and my fellow cadets in 1st and 3rd Platoon are proud of themselves, because I know that I'm very proud of every single one of them. You have just accomplished something that you and your family will never forget. Congrats, cadets, and congrats, Spartans.
Our final cadet speaker puts the challenge in Youth Challenge program and challenged herself to represent. Cadet Private First Class Mariah Garcia, representing 3rd Platoon Eagles and hailing from Yakima.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am standing up here today to tell you about some of my decisions and why I joined the Washington Youth Academy. I joined the WYA because I was credit deficient. Not only did I complete my classes, but I also found who I was and unlocked my true potential. Showing up to the WYA, I didn't know what to expect. I remember intake day. I was feeling so many things: nervousness, excitement, and also I was feeling frightened. It was something new and everything was happening so fast. To be honest, I don't remember what happened the very first day, but starting acclimation phase, the first 2 weeks was just so much to deal with. I couldn't wait for those 2 weeks to be over, with cadre yelling, cadets crying, and everyone being homesick. As time went by, everyone started getting comfortable with each other, getting to understand one another. There were days where cadets couldn't stand each other, then days where they worked together. Being at the WYA taught me to work with people that I didn't really care for and people I couldn't understand. It was hard at first, but I got the hang of it. The WYA also taught me how to control my anger. When I was at home, I would always be in fights or situations I shouldn't have been in. And trust me, when I first showed up, I had old habits that I needed to control. When Master Sergeant Andrews took interest in me, he took interest in the cadets that he knew had it in them. I thought he was just nagging and picking on people. I never realized that he was just pushing us to be our best. When he worked with some of us, he saw the lack of confidence that we had. As time went by, I started seeing confidence in myself, that I've accomplished things. I couldn't have done it without Master Sergeant Andrews. Being at the WYA, I made it hard for myself. I mainly lacked discipline. Most of us cadets lack discipline. Most of us cadets would put too much stress on ourselves for just the littlest things. When I wasn't doing good, Master Sergeant Andrews came to the rescue. He recommended me to candidate status. At first, I was non-compliant, but then Master Sergeant Nakoba had talked to me and he made me realize that cursing and blaming other people will get me nowhere. He had told me, obstacles are great incentives. I thought it over and realized, getting through candidate status and doing what I gotta do will help me work on myself. I did just that, overcame one of my biggest obstacles. I found the potential all cadre wanted me to find. At the WYA, most of us didn't realize that a little tough love and some challenges help us find who we are. Seeing that it's the end of the academy, I see a change in all cadets, even though we couldn't talk to the boys. But seeing that there is less arguments, less complaints, less everything. We've all grown into someone that we didn't believe we could. One thing I really enjoyed at the WYA was all the staff members. No matter what, they always wanted the best for us. Being at the WYA made me realize you are always right where you need to be. No matter what challenge you face or what consequence you need to handle, get the job done and move on to the next. So today I wanted to stand up here and tell you what I faced and to tell you some parts of my journey. But my journey is just starting. Actually, all the cadets from this cycle's journey is just starting. As soon as class 2021-2 walks out those doors, our lives begin. We prove to the people that doubted us that we can accomplish anything with just a little help and self-confidence. I believe in all of you, and I hope you will take the challenges that you face every day to be a better version of the person you were yesterday. But we couldn't have done this without all of your support, so thank you. I am Cadet Mariah Garcia from the Washington Youth Academy.
Please enjoy this montage of who your cadets have grown into.
Every Youth Academy graduate has the benefit of a 501c3 foundation that funds a multitude of scholarship opportunities even years after cadets finish the program. Visit the Washington Youth Academy Foundation's website to learn more about what they can do for you. Perfect for the season, our next speaker comes bearing gifts. Proud parent of a 2013 graduate, Tammy Neese is the Vice President of Finance and Administration for Junior Achievement Washington, founder of the Parent Boosters, and is our current Washington Youth Academy Foundation Vice Chair.
Good morning, cadets. Excuse me? Good morning. Much better. I am so honored to be here today to recognize you at your graduation. You have come so far since intake day. Well done. Families and friends, you might know me as Booster Tammy. However, this morning I am representing the Washington Youth Academy Foundation Board of Directors, and I want to start by saying you made it. You are now graduate parents. You might remember during parent intake day training just a little over 5 months ago that I asked each of you to trust the process and just wait and see what the reward would be. You tirelessly waited for phone calls. You wrote letters of encouragement. You believed in the process when you were not able to see your cadet. Here is the reward for your dedication and trust in the Washington Youth Academy Foundation leadership, cadre, staff. Look at your sons and daughters. This morning, I want to take a moment to introduce the Washington Youth Academy Foundation, which was formed in 2008 and led by a small group of people by Jim Peterson, who is here with us today. Currently, there are 10 board members running the nonprofit foundation to benefit your cadets now and in their future. Our funding comes from generous individuals, corporations, grants, tribal gifts, and fundraising such as the logo wear sales, annual giving, and platforms such as Amazon Smile. All of the funds that we raise go directly back into the program. We operate on volunteer power. And as our guest note speaker so well said, we welcome volunteers. We operate with the best interest of the cadets and the program in mind. And we welcome volunteers to help join the board, serve on a committee, or volunteer at a special event. We also post opportunities to donate to the foundation on the WIA family site. So please stay connected there and reach out to any of us for questions. Our mission is quite simple. We support cadets during their residency and after graduation. Over the years, we have awarded $500,000 in cadet financial assistance, including scholarships and job training. We have funded Academy science programs, the 3D printer, robotics, the garden where cadets lovingly tend and grow vegetables, hydroponics, drones, CERT kits for emergency training, those incredibly important cell phones to call you on Sunday, and the yearbooks that your cadets received just a few days ago. Your graduates are now invited to apply for scholarships to fund a variety of things they'll need in their future. Your cadets will always have the responsibility to take what they learned here, put their plan together, which might take several revisions. And that's where the foundation stands ready to help you. You might think of scholarships as tuition only, and while we have funded many scholarships for tuition, such as college tuition and tech schools, we also offer scholarships to help graduates in many ways other than traditional tuition. Some of the examples of scholarships we've provided are special clothing, job training equipment, supplies, tools, work boots, and a scholarship for tuition for a variety of careers that cadet graduates went forward to in their pathways, which include dental hygiene school, nursing, real estate, diving, technology, cosmetology, just to name a few. The requirement to apply for a scholarship through the foundation is really quite simple. your cadet needs to demonstrate how they will use those funds, apply online to the foundation, and we will stand there ready to help. More recently, since 2020, the foundation has awarded over $50,000 in scholarships for high school and continuing education for cadets spanning from 2015-1 to 2021-2. In addition to the scholarships your cadets can apply for, we also have scholarships that we automatically award at the end of every cycle. At the cadet dinner on Monday, 3 scholarships were provided to your cadets. Please join me in congratulating these 3 outstanding recipients and hold your applause until they have all been announced. Cadets, when I call your name, if you would please stand. The first scholarship that was awarded is the Leandro Hasso Memorial Scholarship for Leaders. This scholarship was established by cadet graduate Hasso's parents, Gabe Hasso and Betty Palmer, in honor of their son, a Spartan graduate of cycle 2011-2. In recognition of leadership qualities that a cadet receives here at the Academy. After WIA graduation, Army Ranger Sergeant Leandro Hasso was a team leader in his 3rd deployment to Afghanistan. He was killed November 24th, 2018 in Afghanistan while on active duty. This $1,000 scholarship for post-high school and job training is awarded to the cadet that has demonstrated notable leadership, consistent determination, courage to overcome challenges, and excellence in team leading. The outstanding cadet receiving this prestigious award is Maggie Chain from 3rd Platoon. The Major Tim Lowenberg and Mary Lowenberg Scholarship Award for Excellence is our next scholarship. Major General Lowenberg's legacy includes his founding role in the Academy and later the foundation. His leadership exemplifies everything that is taught here at the Washington Youth Academy. This $1,000 scholarship in honor of the late Major General Tim Lowenberg is sponsored by Mary Lowenberg, his wife, and is awarded to the cadet of the cycle, Rayton Williams, 2nd Platoon. The final scholarship is the Burns Peterson Family Scholarship for Scholastic Achievement. This $1,500 scholarship is sponsored by Jim Peterson and his wife, Kathy Burns, who are here with us today. Jim is a founding member of the foundation, and has served on the board for over 14 years. This scholarship is awarded each cycle to a cadet with the highest academic achievement upon the recommendation of the principals and teachers. It's based on several factors, one of which is their grade point average. The Burns Peterson Family Scholarship for Achievement is awarded to Cadet Jean-Paul Hammett of 2nd Platoon. Thank you. On behalf of the foundation, I extend my deepest personal thank you as a parent, as a board member, as a booster, to the WIA team for their dedication in training your cadets to be the very best version of themselves that they can be. I want to take a moment to thank the boosters, the mentor champions, for their countless hours of volunteer time that they give to support this worthy work. Parents and friends, thank you for your determination to trust this process. Lastly, a special thank you to each of these cadets. I have seen them struggle. There are times I've been on campus and they look at the gate, they look at the exit, they have cried, they have sweated, and I have seen cadets go back and repeat a run to catch up with the person who's behind, so that they're not doing it alone. I have seen them change from swaggering in intake students to kids that look at you and say, yes, ma'am. And they 100% of the time ask about all of you. Are my parents there? Are my educators there? Are my teachers? Do they see what I'm doing? They needed you here. Thank you. I want to hurry and do a quick housekeeping update. As you go back to the academy and you pick up your supplies, the logo wear for the cadets, if you pre-ordered, is at your very last stop. Will also be open there for you to purchase logo wear items if you didn't pre-order them. So be sure to stop there because we have your orders. I leave you with my favorite quote tonight from the late Larry Pierce, a Legacy WA director and board member. Cadets, when you leave here, remember why you came here. Thank you.
It's now my pleasure to introduce our mentoring and placement supervisor. This time every year, her team is preparing for commencement with the rest of the staff while simultaneously preparing for the next class of cadets and reaching out to mentors and graduates from the 2 previous cycles for placement reports. Please join me in welcoming Jen B.
Thank you, Deputy. Mentorship is a vital component in the success both of the Washington Youth Academy as a whole and in the individual lives of these cadets. Mentors are volunteers who take on the sometimes seemingly thankless task of being a support, a sounding board, a guide, and at times a reality check. They have spent countless hours building and strengthening relationships with your loved ones over the last 5.5 months, and they have committed to continue that fine work for the next year, staying in contact with the cadets for 4 hours a month, and also with the Academy at least once a month. In front of the stage, or rather off to the side of the stage, you see 5 of our committed mentors. All of them have gone above and beyond this cycle. The Extra Mile Mentor Award is presented to a mentor from this class who has demonstrated just how valuable that mentoring relationship can become. We received many nominations from the cadets, and it was incredibly hard to choose between them. Cadets, as I call your name, please stand to recognize your mentor for this award. For 1st Platoon Wolfpack, we have mentor Tim Hedgepeth, nominated by Cadet Collins, and mentor Samuel Tonseth, who could not be here with us today, nominated by Cadet Hartman. For 2nd Platoon Spartans, we have mentor Roy Nishiori, nominated by Cadet Culver, and mentor Adam Burgess, nominated by Cadet Huff. And for 3rd Platoon Eagles, we have mentor Tammy Amador, nominated by Cadet Camacho, and mentor Lisa Galloway, nominated by Cadet Dutter. I couldn't have said it better myself. These mentors capitalized on their unique skills. Some supported their cadets by writing multiple times a day. Some spent literally hours learning how to use Zoom to participate in video chats. And some served as blind matches, individuals who at the start of the cycle were willing to step up and be of service to a perfect stranger. Some of these cadets in front of you today would not have put on their WYA uniform if it wasn't for the encouragement of their mentor. And others wouldn't have kept it on long enough to walk across this stage. We have many more Youth Challenge mentors in the audience that we cannot individually recognize today. They provided encouragement, strength, and hope to our cadets. Will the current and past mentors who are in the auditorium today please stand and be recognized? Thank you to all of our wonderful mentors, past and present, for joining the Washington Youth Academy family and for giving of your time and your wisdom to help these graduates succeed. Cadets, Man, you guys look good. Right? I have flipped most of you. Ooh, gotta change my words. I've given y'all some sass, right? From on-site assessment on. Yeah, you know. I saw that laugh. I am incredibly, incredibly proud of you today. We staff look forward to hearing about your continued growth for the next 12 months. And we will hear about it because you will contact your case manager. Yeah, they're waving, they know. They're gonna chase you down if they have to. As you move into this next phase, remember, you did not get here alone. Your mentors were and will continue to be right by your side for the rest of this journey. So cadets, give your mentors one. Thank you to all for your service and for your continued dedication to these fine cadets.
It's my pleasure to welcome the official party to the stage. The official party consists of Washington State Adjutant General, Major General Brett D. Doherty, the Director of the Washington State Department of Veteran Affairs, Director Alfie Alvarado Ramos, the Director of the Washington Youth Academy, Director Amy Steinhilber, and the Principal of the Washington Youth Academy, Principal Rick Brownell. Counselor Melissa Faulkner will read the names of the cadets as we celebrate their completion of the residential phase.
I think I get to do everybody's favorite part. It is my pleasure. Whew. Sir.
First row, on your feet.
From the 1st Platoon Wolf Pack, Daniel Rojas Cardenas. Rome Aubert. Hayden Baker. Daniel Barajas Farias. Gavin Brown. Stephen Castro Falvet. Michael Keith Krenzel. Brian Davalos Santos. Adrián José Espinosa. Wesley Chase Florer. Brian Flores Mata. Nathaniel Garris. Tommy Gaspard. Jacob Jamal Green. Devin Andrew Harris Klein. Kyle Hartman. Doss Hayden. Roan Hops. Rashawn Jenkins. Garrett Johnson. Chancellor Kimball. Mr. Lamas, welcome back. Aaron Lamas.
Take a row on your feet.
Gael Sebastián Lariz García. Noel Ambrosio Lugo. Gavin McPherson. Corby Nicola. Tristan Perez. Abderrahim Abdi Sadar. Alexander Mason Scott. Colby Stanaway. Bo Wyatt Tennyson. Gabriel Thomas. Gavin Todd Collins. Isaac Torres. Jeremy Trinkline. Kalai West. And Brandon White, who regretfully could not be here today. From the 2nd Platoon Spartans, Jonas Abbott. Kurt Ayala Nunez. Joshua Israel Camacho Sanchez. Jeremy Hansem Cho. Christopher Martinez Cruz. Gabriel Culver. Brendan Caneda DeHart. Hakeem Eloud. Christopher Fernandez. Warren Fisher. Clayton Garrison. Patrick Guerrero Stoner. Israel Gutierrez Garcia. Jean-Paul Francis Hammett. Demir Handelman. Corey Hawkins. Jeremiah K. Hines. Jaden Lee Huff. Caleb Lamkin. Jason Lapp. Gage Okerson. Harley Kanai Ortiz. Yessi Angel Quintanilla. Victor Quiros. Precious Reed. Matthew Lee Reynolds. Pablo Rojas. Jess Sheets. Jamil Ciatini. Samuel Sweeney. Andrew Voronenko. Zavon Wilkerson. Cadet of the cycle, go on. Raiden Williams. From the 3rd Platoon Eagles, Maya Marie Aguilar. Carla Aguilar Gomez. Jolene Alayon. Chloe Arias. Samantha Benavides. Jennifer Camacho Sanchez. Maggie Chang. Shalea Cheney. Evelyn Contreras Peña. Madison Ava Haney. Riley Doran. Pearl Dutter. Anaya Ellison. Jennifer Espino Herrera. Erandi Fernandez Frias Perez. Mariah Garcia. Hope Lyndon Garris. Ariana Aro Alvarez. Jacqueline Hernandez. Elizabeth Madrigal. Mercy Lelilio. Aisha Karin Lamas. Sofía Méndez. Amairani Olivera. Leilani Mosley. Daira Pantoja Villagrán. Leilani Patton. Camila Ramos. Kimimila Rapoila. Dayanara Romero Oropesa. Enya Samantha Santoyo Medina. Bella Suava. Gabriela Gomez. Josephine Walker. And Roslyn Zasueta Ramirez.
Whew. Good morning, everybody. What a great day. It's a true celebration. I first want to thank everybody who came today, the families, friends, and special gifts. Just give yourself a big hand for making it here today. I'd like to open my speech today with a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King. Intelligence plus character. That's the goal of true education. And cadets, throughout this 5.5 months, you have built academic knowledge and you have built character. Because of the restrictions, the social distancing, quarantines, and the fact that there was only one home pass, you cadets, most of all, have showed great encouragement, stamina, tenacity, and pure determination. You rose to the academic rigor and standards of the Washington Youth Academy. Every cadet up here achieved at least 6 high school credits. Yeah, but wait, 57 of these cadets achieved all 8 credits. Now, this cycle was a little different. Cadet Alvarez of 3rd Platoon just asked a simple question one day. Can I take a test that'll get credits for the language of my family? And because at the Academy, we're always going to make our best better and continue to improve to make sure that the cadets get the experience that they deserve. Because of that simple question, several of the candidates on the stage right now will be taking home an additional 3 to 4 high school credits for world language. That's amazing. Now, I need to acknowledge the fact that today is not possible without all of the hard work from whom I would say is the best teaching, office, and cadre staff that I have ever worked with. Everyone at the Youth Academy has put in extra time and effort to make sure that all of us, including the cadets, got here today. A round of applause for our educators, motivators, and our problem solvers. Well done.
Company, attention!
All right, cadets, the turning of the tassel is known as a gesture of completion, but I say to you, let it be a symbol of your hard work, dedication, and perseverance. Let it also remind you that this is your beginning. Your experience here should always be to you that reminder that here you can do anything you can. Your experience here should remind you that you can do anything with the true education that you earned at the Washington Youth Academy. Cadets, prepare to turn your tassel. Cadets, turn your tassel. Oh! That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Remember now, you take your seat. Seriously. It's in the book, take your seat. Do your call. Cadets, please take your seats. That's beautiful. It is now my pleasure to introduce the director of the Washington Youth Challenge Academy, Director Amy Steinhilber.
That was awesome. In art as in life, we often attach sadness to the word goodbye. I hope today's ceremony reminds you that joy and gratitude are also appropriate. Imagine those movie scenes of folks waving from the pier as a cruise ship sets sail, wishing farewell to loved ones as they embark on exciting journeys. Cadets, from the moment you arrived, we have helped you pack your bags for this moment. I'm sure that's what your cadre meant when they spoke the words, pack your bags. We provide a highly disciplined, safe, professional learning environment that empowered you to improve your education level and employment potential and to become responsible, productive members of society. You had 5.5 months to equip yourself with the things you need for the road ahead. as you reflect on the bags that you've packed for this voyage, here is your director-prescribed packing checklist, 3 important essentials that I trust you will carry off into the sunrise. See what I did there? Honor, by any definition of the word, is essential. It includes your moral compass, those core values that guide you even when the road is muddy, as well as the esteem that you have for yourself and for others. Honor is the equivalent of your hygiene kit. It is a necessity to stay healthy and to smell good. Former football coach Joe Paterno said it best: success without honor is an unseasoned dish. It will satisfy your hunger, but it won't taste good. Secondly, pack a mindset of preparedness. Everyone knows that you should always pack extra socks and underwear for a trip. Amen. That's right. You hear me. If there's anything we've all learned in this last year and a half, it's that we cannot always predict obstacles that life will throw at us. Emergencies don't always happen when it's convenient. This means we need to think and act proactively. It requires that you stay curious. It means that you observe things with a mindset of planning ahead, both for you, your family, and your community. Preparedness is the just-in-case elements you pack to fully enjoy a vacation, come what may. Third on your checklist is to leave space. You must leave room for the things that you might pick up along the way. And this is a metaphor for having empathy as you go. All of our core values, respect, integrity, commitment, and professionalism, are only possible when you effectively put yourself in the moments and perspectives of others, learning what that feels like. Only then are you able, as novelist Mohsin Hamid says, to find echoes of another person in yourself. Without empathy, our honor falls short, and we miss a crucial piece of the preparedness mindset: servant leadership. That kind of connection with others is essential for a life worth living. Since June, Class 21-2 have run their mile an average of 2 minutes and 56 seconds faster. They've put in the sweat equity to become more physically fit today than when they first arrived. They contributed over 5,000 hours of service to the community, which is a value of $183,701.25. You're welcome, Mayor. Mayor Wheeler. Together, you learned the balance of followership and leadership, gained life coping skills, practiced job skills, transformed yourselves and those around you into healthy, responsible, and strong individuals of power and influence. Look around at the faces and names you'll never forget. How lucky you are to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. And now it's my honor to introduce our Commandant to issue your final orders. Commandant Acuna.
Good morning. I like that. It is a privilege to impact young people's lives the way we do. To the entire WIA staff, parents, community partners, thank you for your unwavering dedication and support. And cadets, the many weeks you spent here have prepared you well for what lies ahead. Every challenge you overcame, every safe failure, every win has boosted your confidence. You have transformed yourselves into highly disciplined individuals who have the power to be self-correcting and self-reliant. Make a commitment to use your skills to do good things. You join the 3,059 cadets that are where you are now. Like you, I know, that's a great number, and growing. Like you, they look forward to their post-residential phase with eager anticipation. Many of them encountered challenges they had not planned for. And the same thing may happen to you. Do not be afraid. Have faith that you are strong enough to handle any challenge that comes your way. Prepare, plan, learn. Pursue excellence in all you do. Stay connected to your WIA family, your mentors. Fulfill the commitment to the post-residential phase by remaining committed to your post-residential goals and staying in regular contact with your case managers. Make sure you do that. We are so proud of you. Congratulations. So parents, we're going to send them out. They're leaving on the buses. They're going back to the academy. So as you leave, make your way back to the academy, and you're going to enter in the same gate you dropped them off, the back gate where we did the COVID testing, all of that. We will bring your cadets to you. They'll pick up their gear. You'll sign for medications as needed, and we'll get your final autograph and hand you back your new and improved sons and daughters, okay? I would ask, too, that we keep that center lane clear. Remember where we all filed in as you were waiting for your test results on home pass return. So keep that center lane clear. There's going to be places to park so you can get out and take cap and gown pictures. It's a little cold out. But we've got some photo booth stations out there for your convenience. And then as Booster Tammy Neese said, the logo wear is available for you to purchase. Just keep the lanes moving. And cadets, do not leave the academy grounds without turning in your caps and gowns. Keep your tassels, but turn in the caps and gowns. Yes, sir. I'm on the floor.